Welcome. Thank you for joining us for lunch. And thank you so much for your desire to continue this journey with us. I really want it to be interactive, so put your questions in the comments. Yeah, healpsd.com. Carol is asking, yeah, that's where you schedule our chat so that we can really get to know each other and customize your journey. Something that you already might have gathered from the Thrivers who were sharing, all our programs they attract a specific kind of woman. She is a woman who values this work and transformation very deeply and is willing to do it. And we get it that prison guards come up, and that's why we have these programs. We help you work with the prison guards. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, but I haven't done the work before. All that matters is your willingness, and then we will support you in the rest. And it's big, peeling back the layers of intergenerational trauma. There are a lot of layers, and we provide you with a very well tested, measured to fit in exactly where you are on your journey kind of support every step of the way. We have 2 core programs that you can explore on the call with me. Which one attracts you more? You may already have a sense. And some of our Thrivers start in one and then they graduate and they do the other, or they start with the other right away. So these 2 core programs are the Thriving Solution and the Thriving Circle. The Thriving Circle is our year-long program. And if you were there when I was sharing about the 5-stage journey of transformation, this is a key distinction between the Thriving Solution and the Thriving Circle. So in the Thriving Circle, we go the distance. We work through all 5 stages. We go very deep. And with each season of this year, we move through core areas affected by PSD for women. And these areas are our relationship with money. So we go into money reclamation, season 1. Season 2, we go into the body. Season 3, relationships. And season 4, visibility and mission and the world. That's where it all comes together. The money, the body, embodiment, and relationships. It's really big work. And the Thriving Circle, our year-long program, really attracts women who are on that cusp of, they know they have already accomplished and created something in their lives that they're proud of, to the extent that PGs will allow them, prison guards will allow them to be proud, but it's objectively something that they have created and accomplished to be proud of. And they know there is more to their lives. They know I'm just looking at the comments. I'll get to your questions in a moment. So they know there is more to who they are. They know there is more that they can offer the world. And it's been very frustrating for them because they have done a lot of things. They've been on the journey of this personal growth and development, trying to figure out what's holding them back. And so when they come into the Thriving Circle, we start seeing these shifts in these jailbreak stories week after week. Every week we gather and kind of see how we're doing. And they go fast. They go really fast and big. And because the journey is a full year journey, we get to play in all of these domains, reclaiming the money, relationships, how good can it get in every area, your body, and visibility and mission in the world. So before I get to the logistics of how the programs are set up, this is not a major concern. I just want to put it out there that the prison guards will be looking for the possibility of, oh, like I like everything, I want the journey, I want the transformation, but is the call at the time that fits my lunch break? Yes or no? Recognize PG in action. Okay, so that's why I'm focusing really on the transformation and who it is for, so that you can try it on for fit, and then we can figure out logistics on a personal call, or just recognize that there are a lot of distracting factors. Even the time and money commitment, dare I say, are distracting factors. I know there's a lot of like reality to that, the survival reality, because everything seems very limited and capped. And yet we live in the world of unlimited creative possibility. And that's why I love stories like one of our thrivers who literally had absolutely no possibility of financially that she could see enrolling in the thriving circle, and yet she was able to create it in a matter of 5 days, right? So start with desire, start with feeling into each journey, start with meeting your prison guards, and let's just see where the prison guards use any kind of evidence, quote unquote evidence, that it's not for you. Oh, it's not going to work for me. Oh, it's, I don't know, it's kind of, yeah, time is not exactly convenient, or like whatever, right? Or I'm busy, I have other things going on. One of the things I want to say about other things going on, by the way, and being busy, is that our women reclaim time and energy, and that is crucial. One of the I was sharing the previous during the previous TTE, and she was speaking about basically having no time and no money when she signed up. And she was smart. She initially, that was the reason why she did not sign up. She wanted to, but she did not sign up because she figured, I don't have time and I don't have money. But then she could see, because she was observant, that she kept having less money and less time as time was going by, because all these patterns, the PSD was still there. And so she enrolled a little bit later. And when she enrolled and she got into the work, she was sharing in the spotlight at the previous CTE that now she's in a place where she's never had this much time and this much money. Okay. And her situation is, she's a mom to 2 small kids, and she runs a business, and it's the pandemic and she doesn't have support, right? Kind of a situation of this current normal. So the situation is exactly the same, and somehow she has more time and more money than before. So just keep on dropping those questions. What if the reality is not fixed? What if what appears to be, I don't have money, I don't have time, can actually be reversed really quickly? And having said that, if you're in a place of, I don't know where my next meal is coming from, right? I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent next month. It's probably not a good time to do this work. And this is simply, you could benefit from it, of course, but you have other priorities. But I am really speaking to the situation where you're literally like, oh my gosh, I'm nervous about keeping the lights on. Okay, so this may not be the best time to start this work. Just putting it out there. There's this whole Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The basic level, food and shelter must be met. You must have food and shelter. Okay, food and shelter, that's all you need. Everything else we can figure out together. All right, can we agree on that? Okay. And food and shelter and internet. but I know you have internet. So we got that settled. So what else about the prerequisites of who you are? Is we invest a lot in you, and we kind of know you. We know that you are world changing women one way or another, and you may not recognize yourself as such yet. Um, but maybe in our one-on-one conversation, I'll be able to hold up that mirror and help you see something. It's my zone of genius, seeing the bigness, seeing where you're going, seeing who you are beyond the prison guards, beyond the plaster. And that's what excites me. And that's why our community is, um, I'll try to speak very highly of the community, is because women peel the plaster little by little and allow themselves to shine and relate to each other gold to gold. All right. So back to the programs. The Thriving Circle is the year-long program. That's where we have multiple layers of components there in how we work together. We have a small cohort between 20 and 30 usually, and we have pods. We separate women into pods of 4, separate or connect women where they become each other's lifelines. And we have weekly group calls. There's a Facebook group where everybody shares. So there's a lot of support on all levels. There's one-on-one support. There's also part of the program. And there are retreats, and they're delicious. I'll share with you some glimpses into what happens at in-person retreats. And those are coming soon. And they will be a part of your of what you will receive if you join us for the Thriving Circle. And the timing of that is a little bit up in the air. Of course, it will be after the world opens up again. And in the meanwhile, we are honoring this special situation. And in addition to the live retreats, 2 live retreats where you'll be invited to beautiful healing desert where we live, and in the majestic desert, beautiful mountains, very healing place, the site of world-renowned resorts, frequented by celebrities, and including Oprah and all that. We'll have a fancy little corner of the world, but it's really the nature that draws people in. So that's where we'll be playing in person when that becomes available. And in the meanwhile, we'll be doing these retreats virtually as well. So we'll have all these opportunities to be very intimately engaged in this work. And we facilitate transformation through all 5 stages of this work. So we apply the 5 stages to your relationship with the money, with the body, relationships with others, and visibility and mission in the world. So that is the Thriving Circle. And these sisterhoods are so strong, and we see women support each other, through thick and thin, and celebrate each other's successes and support each other's businesses. Something that I started offering recently because it was in my pleasure, and I decided to just offer it as an unannounced bonus, is we have a monthly call with me, monthly group call with me that I call a Thriving Business Call. That's where we apply and marry this deep inner work that we're doing with cutting edge business strategies and principles that are really authentic and true to who you are. And in my experience of doing this work, as I've shared before, it's really 90% inner work and 10% showing up. So that's what I teach you, kind of the same thing that we practice in our business. 90% we excavate, and then 10% showing up. That part becomes easy, and we support you in bring it into your business. And if you're not a business owner, but these calls are open to you as well, because they spark creativity and creation in any area where you want to bring that deeper authenticity, presence, and power. So another thing that happens in the Thriving Circle, another bonus, is that we have a men's program that we're rolling out shortly that is going to be open to the partners of our women. And the purpose of this program is to create a safe space for men to learn about PSD, how it affects women, how it affects them and their own traumas from patriarchy, and unpack that in a safe environment to tool them up. And so at home, you can be practicing these tools as well, just like Jeffrey and I are doing. Okay. TTS is a program that you've also heard a few spotlights from our thrivers who are our TTS alums. And once okay, so let me just backtrack. There is so much to share with you. So the program is shorter. We just extended it from 8 weeks to 10 weeks to create more spaciousness and holding. It's a lot. We give you so much. The difference between TTS and TTC, TTS, we go over the first 3 stages of the thriving or of the jailbreak journey: waking up in prison, meeting your prison guards, and beginning to evolve them to bodyguards. And you've seen amazing shifts that happen for thrivers from that. And we don't do deep trauma healing. And some women graduate from TTS and continue on to TTC, and some women start right away in TTC. You can take either path. We're going to start from the beginning, from where you are, and the programs are set up differently. So in TTS, the 10-week program, you're going to get the same, the teachings from Jeffrey and I are going to be recorded. You're going to have our thriving facilitators. They're working with you. Jeffrey and I are not teaching there personally. In TTC, where they're teaching personally and interacting with you and coaching and supporting you. And in TTS, it's our thriving facilitators who are amazing. When you schedule that call, you may have an idea that you want to start with one or the other, and I may hold up the mirror and offer what I'm seeing, and that may or may not affect how you are seeing things. And it can go either way, right? It is never my desire to like, I don't have an agenda for what's right for you. How do I put it? My excitement is in seeing your bigness and kind of seeing what will support you optimally at this stage. I trust the wisdom of your journey, and we've seen all sorts of trajectories. Some women start in TTC with us right away and do amazing. Some start in TTS and do amazing, and then join us in TTC or not. And they're all thrivers who are, just phenomenal, like you. Jeffrey, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, a couple points on that. One would be that probably about, just because saw different things in the chats, probably in Thriving Circle, we probably get about 2/3 to 3/4 who step directly into Thriving Circle in terms of those who are in there, and probably a third.
I want to say the majority. I want to say 75%.
Probably 75%, like 3/4 of who's in Thriving Circle typically jump directly into that. And then we have that portion of those who really want to start with, they're drawn to start with Thriving Solution, and then graduate up, just to give you a bigger picture perspective on that.
Right.
One.
Yeah. So, and somebody was asking about like not feeling like not identifying as a world-changing woman. And it's so interesting how we see ourselves and kind of what our prison guards allow us to see and how they allow us to appreciate ourselves. Um, and that's perhaps that there's that key distinction. I want to say, uh, making that choice. There are a few key distinctions, I think, that we see come up. Women who know, like, okay, I am here for something bigger and I'm ready to go yesterday. I've been at it for decades. How much longer do I have? I want it all and I want it now. Let's go. So that they usually go TTC. And then when a woman is like, let me experience this work, let me feel how this kind of, let me feel it out, let me take this next step, let me see how this unfolds for me, right? TTS is a beautiful container as well. They're both beautiful containers. One is not better or worse. They're different. And that's why I want to take a little time just showing you the difference so that you feel into that, and then we can figure out what fits in that one-on-one conversation. Okay.
And the other major distinction I
Yeah.
want to amplify that hasn't been spoken to here is that part of what you get also in Thriving Solution, in addition to that waking up in prison, learning how to work with your prison guards and bodyguards, is we start getting the foundation of working with your nervous system. We do a lot of developing, understanding capacity, starting to build capacity and foundational nervous system work. We don't dive into the deep trauma healing, but we create a lot of amazing foundational ability increase in how you work with your nervous system, how you get more embodied, getting more skillful there, beginning to touch into working with ancestral and collective patterns in our system. And we've seen a lot of women have tremendous breakthroughs there, and it does create a really great foundation. And you get that in Thriving Circle also in the year long. We just go a lot deeper and we have a lot longer to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. Because our thrivers are awesome and because it's their movement, we want to give them the torch officially, also those who desire. And so that they can facilitate our curriculum and take these tools into whatever industry, into corporate world, into non-for-profit world, into whatever programs they are offering as entrepreneurs. And we're rolling out a certification program beginning of 2021 that you'll be able to enroll in now. We're enrolling now. And this certification will give you the tools, and we will license the tools and practices to you, our materials, everything from being able to talk about it, use our research and stories and everything, all our materials that we have created and continue to create. You're going to get masterminding support of how to actually get traction with getting people to experience this work. And you can choose to work with women or mixed groups or with men or with young people. It's and in different areas, we have women who are excited to bring it into wellness, health and wellness industry, or work with teens, work with men. Yeah, women and money. There are so many possibilities. So the prerequisite for being in their certification program is completing TTS, because it's our foundational curriculum. So you'll start there regardless. And the tuition of TTS is included in certification. So it's included in certification, and the tuition, both certification and TTS, is included in the Thriving Circle tuition.